Mega Minana Evos trying to climb up the standings and get out of that red zone.
Okay, so again, looking at the difference in terms of the skill set for both Akai and Leomord, it's going to be crucial or difficult here for the Leomord because of the heavy spin. So might as well for Omega, if there's going to be a team fight, they need to force the jungler or Haze and AR to use that ultimate as early as possible. But speaking of rotation, okay, we have a Purify here for Spider Miles, interestingly. So they won't doubt or they won't second guess if they need to dive in against Smart Omega.
I like it too because, you know, we'll probably get a closer look at the emblems that they took too, but really, you know, obviously there's a lot of just quantum charges still being played, a lot of that speed and everything, but now my biggest thing too with Lord JM, and we've seen some great things with Lord JM actually, you know, since he started playing. Hopefully with this Khalid, he can actually do the same thing he's done before and kind of be, if not the initiator for them, it's kind of this front man for this lineup for Minana Evos. Yes, you have an Akai on your side, right? You have Kazin. Yeah, you've got Spider Miles on the Matilda, but you can do so much with Khalid, and that's, I feel like in a way, some people might be like, oh, this is kind of like a niche pick, right? It's kind of cheesy in a way, but it actually works out really well, especially if you can overlap the mobility with this lineup that they have here for Minana Evos. And it could play out really well depending on what Lancey takes for the ultimates as well. Any, like, biggest thing here, Chantel, what does he take, the Heart Guard, or does he go for something else?
Actually for Lancey AR, it's going to be the Heart Guard. But in terms of the late game, it could be a setup play if ever Omega doesn't want a team fight. Team fight.
Phantom Steed by Kellera, but Chaknu wants to go for Lancey AR, but Lancey AR flickers out right now. Half HP for this turtle, but Minana Evos, they still have a gooder grasp on this, but Rihanna comes in with her shatter, but still Kazin goes in with a heavy spin to take that turtle away from Omega, and they also got the first blood.
All I can say for Minana Evos, it's all about composure. That heavy spin delay for Kazin AR, just to force the kill for them after taking the turtle is really on point. Now for Omega, this is the problem right now. Again, with the sustain that Akai has as compared to the Leomord, it's very evident during that first turtle team fight. So probably on the next rotation that Omega will do, it's really more about the vision and giving Keller the edge on rotating on the jungle side of Minana Evos. But yep, Minana Evos is on the lead, and Kazin AR just continues to jungle and take those gold.
Yeah, once again, you know, great start here for Minana Evos. There's the poll, guys. Don't forget to go ahead and answer it. But, you know, with that being said, the fact that the first blood plus the first turtle went in the hands of Minana Evos, that's great. That's a great start for them. Hopefully they can play around with some of this early momentum that they have. Because, obviously, for Smart Omega, right, they're going to have to kind of scale into this game a little bit more. But because we really haven't seen Leomord in action too much right now, Lancey has the Phantom Steed, by the way. We'll have to see exactly how Calvert is going to utilize this, right? And especially as the game gets to that point where Smart Omega is notorious for really popping off and shining. We'll have to see if they can get there. But look at this focus already. Minana Evos going to get spotted out.
You know what, for this game, I gotta say it's really a disciplined game for both because Minana Evos has the lead but doesn't really dive in, knowing that they have the Matilda as well. And I want to thank you, Nice, because you reminded me what the ultimate of Leomord is, because I almost forgot because you haven't seen Leomord for so many years. Yeah. It's the horse.
I mean, I don't know. I guess when I play him, I'm like, where's the horse? But yes, Phantom Steed. So, you know, and that's fine because, again, I feel like one of the biggest things is he fits really well into our current meta if I guess he gets to shine. Like, if he gets to the point, because in a way, obviously he kind of scales really well like an assassin. I mean, if he gets these early momentums going, gets the items he needs, he's very big of a threat himself. And then you put an Angela, Chaknu, with a Heart Guard on top of it. It's kind of hard to deal with. But right now, I gotta say, Minana Evos has been doing an amazing job. They're now 1.3K ahead. They've got the first two turtles here.
They're actually controlling the game really well. Despite the opposing team, Smart Omega, they have Etumax, they have Novaria, and as a roamer, it's really hard to go for the brushes, to go for those, what do you call this, those isolated clashes, because you're easily spotted out. But for some reason, Minana, they're really doing things right now. And Lord JM all the way from the top lane to the bottom lane just to get a kill. And now Circling Eagle coming in from Spider Miles. 3 members of Smart Omega on the retreat. Now Kaizen AR, but Ryota, he was able to flicker out with a Primal Wrath. And now Minana Evos, they want to disengage because the hard guard is there. Trying to re-engage. Will they go? No, they just want to get those jungle creeps away from Omega.
Okay, that was a very nice initiation here. And again, composure for Minana Evos. And for Minana Evos, it all started with that nice killer, actually, assassination from a Lord J AR, which Nice has been pointing out earlier. The added killing potential and even the sustain and setup play that Lord JMAR as to why Minana Evos is now at 2.7k goal lead. As a factor that there is added damage or added a damage reduction item here for Kaizen AR, but we saw that skill from Etamax. That might hurt against Minana Evos later. And we're talking about Omega timers earlier, so that might be a factor later on.
You know, speaking of Omega timer, I do believe Minana has their own timer, but it's not during the game. It's during the season. In MDL Season 1, they had a 6-game win streak to end the season. So I do believe that they can actually turn things around for their season, but they have to start now. They have to sweep Smart Omega Neos.
Okay, with that being said, it's just Minana controlling so much, right? I mean, Minana is controlling so much of everything, and it's getting harder and harder for Omega to kind of deal with it this part of the early game, right? Now, with that, they can start here. The next turtle, they have to go ahead and claim that. Maybe they fight it, maybe they don't. It might be better if Smart Omega just waits. They don't deal with it just yet, and then they go from there.
Smart Omega, you know, part of their strategy is like just waiting for that moment wherein their gold rate is already on the lead or has enough gold ready for the items. But look at, and speaking of gold rate, wait.
Raging Sandstorm onto Ryota. Oh, recipient of the hard guard, but is it going to be enough to sustain? It's not going to be enough for Ryota. Minana Evos continuing to strike Omega 1 by 1.
Okay, so with that being said, it's still tough. It's still a tough situation. Smart Omega, I mean, they're going to have to find something to put themselves on the board, right? Still 3 turtles down. Now we have to focus on the Lords. The Lords are going to be important for Smart Omega. They can't continue to let things slip through from Minana Evos. Yes, it might have been best decision. Hey, you know what? Don't lose any bodies anymore to it. And if that's the game plan for Smart Omega, great. They still can fall back on their Omega timers. But right now, I'm going to say it, Minana Evos is dominating this early to mid-game transition. They'll carry it very well into the late game here.
Yep, but speaking of late game, actually, for Minana Evos, as long as they continue this type of control against a Smart Omega, Keller will really have a difficult time knowing that the item is really on the damage side.
Oh.
Here comes the horse.
Raging Sandstorm just to flicker out. And now Omega, their initiation wasn't successful. Heads up play there from Lord JM.
But we have to take note, by the way, I really like the pros to the efforts of Omega on the split pushes, particularly for Jome. So look at the top lane. Actually, the second turret has been destroyed already. So it's a factor for them later on if they want to avoid this point.
Now Lord JM going right after Chaknu. No more hard guard for this clash. And now Kaizen wants to go right after Jom. Jom flickers out. Minana, will they still go? No, they won't. And what an amazing play there from Lord JM. Once again, all the way from the top lane down to the bottom lane.
This is scary, right? Again, this is why I feel like people, in a way, they kind of sleep on Khalid. You see how much damage he did when that chart popped up, damage dealt, and you know there's no answer for him right now. So, hold on, Ryota.
Ryota wants to go for Lance AR, and now brings him down. Kaizen AR is the next target for Omega. They're actually going right after him, and now Keller do the combination once again with a hard guard, and now Lord JM all the way from the back, but it's not going to be enough as the Barangay continuing to extend this game.
Okay, there's the answer. It's obviously hard guard and Kelra there, the combination of Kelra and Chaknu.
As long as there's damage and there's sustain, as long as there's someone that will help Kelra be in front of the team fight, it's sufficient for Omega, and it's very evident.
Oh wait, it's going to be a retribution battle between these two teams. Ryota, Primal Wrath, early casted. Now Spider-Man trying to provide vision for Minana Evos, but it's still going to be the Filipino Savage, the gold standard. Kelra redeems Omega.
Oh my
Fighting
goodness.
for it. Okay, they're happy. They're happy with that.
Yep.
You know, I was like, they gave up the turtles. They lost all 3, but they got the Lord at 2 max. Okay, he's gonna be fine. Flickers out.
And this is time we're in. The damage, damage type of lineup Omega is being effective, because we can see right now for every team fight, everyone from Minana Evos is just backing away, again with a heart guard as well. And take note, again, we've mentioned the damage that Etomax could give. And this is an Etomax specialty, right? With the range, with the damage, it's really difficult this time around for Lancey AR to just poke the players of Smart Omega.
You know, something I find odd is that Doming, he has no participation in this clash. I mean, he wasn't shut down. They were actually winning the early games. But for Minana Evos, they really need to activate the Doming right now, like how Kaizen is just pinning down Ryota to even out things. And now Minana Evos easily bursting out that level 1 Lord.
Okay, so they deal with it quickly. Kalra gonna go for it though.
Oh! Still wants to go for it. Now the hard guard is there, going right after 4 members. Phantom Steve is still there. Lancey AR with a flicker out, but certainly Eagle coming in from Spider and Miles. But Doming AR going head-to-head against Chaknu and Kelra.
Again, this is a different type of combo that Smart Omega has been doing with the damage from Kelra, with the support pokes coming from the other teammates. Now Minana Evos, the struggle for them is it's as if they are being kind of reactive for those initiations from Smart Omega. So for Smart Omega earlier, what it did was they focused on split pushing, having those minion waves just flow. But right now, when they see someone for Smart Omega, they go there right in front and go for a team fight, which is not advisable.
Rose up through the ranks and found themselves here in the professional league. So now we're back at it, 12 minutes into the game, 2-5. Minana Evos leading this, right? Yes, they lost that last Lord. So there's still hope. There's still fight in Omega, of course. But Minana Evos, if they really want to kind of withstand some of these team fights, they've got to deal with especially that combination of initiation.
Oh, and Max's target there. One more hit, and he could have suffered that death. Minana Evos, they really wanted to go for that kill and to get a better position for the second Lord take. But fortunately enough, Omega, they were able to evade that.
Now here's the thing. After that supposedly initiation from Minana Evos, the heavy spin of Kaizen AR was actually used during that moment. So Omega can force a team fight, specifically Ryota, during this Lord. So Kaizen AR needs to do a little flexing this time around on pulling this Lord towards his side, just to force the players of Omega to be near them. Anyway, we could see damage dealt actually for Lord JMAR. He actually focused on the Blade of Heptasis and even Maleficor, hence the damage earlier against Chaknu. So probably the target here for, or the perfect target rather for Lord JMAR is either Jome or Chaknu, either of those two.
Yeah, they'll have to see how they decide to deal with this. Also, Chaknu just making sure to handle some of the wave pressure up there on the top side. Meanwhile, he can just hard guard anytime he wants to into this fight. Look at them on the bottom side. Look at the positioning. Keep an eye on that. Lord Jam specifically. Ryota gonna go in, flip Kaizen over. No one committing just yet, though. Positioning, though.
Right now, Raging Sandstorm onto Keller. This hard guard is still there. Haven't committed it yet, but Lance AR, he has Astral Echo. Cast it onto Ryota. Ryota wants to go for the jungler. Kaizen AR for the back line. And now the hard guard is casted. Minana
Very
Evos.
smart.
Very, very smart. Very, very smart from Smart Omega.
Yes.
Hence the name. I mean, during that initiation from Minana Evos, they were just composed and just waited for the players of Minana Evos to use majority of their ultimates. But the good thing for Minana Evos is that the hard guard of Chaknu was also used as well. So this is a moment we're in. It's kind of difficult for Keller actually to do that Lord dance because Kaizen AR is more of a tank type. So if you are Smart Omega, you need to find or you need to kill a specific hero or maybe just anyone prior this Lord dance. But look at the position of the Doming AR.
That's what I mean. Like, I understood how Minana Evos wanted to play that, right? They got the hard guard out. They were like, all right, we have this advantage, but it's back up now. So we're back to this point where it's a Lord Dance. They're going to give the go signal. Less than half health here.
They don't know Lord JM is on this picture right now. He came from the top lane. But right now, Kaizen using the heavy spin onto Keller. Keller's pinned down despite the hard guard. And now, Jome is actually down for the side of Mega. Minana Evos still holding on this Lord, but still getting the kills. The Tigers are slowly roaring for this game.
Oh wow, we can see right now the effect of having or lethal ignition here for Lord JMAR, with just very nice ultimate. Used even the flicker during that moment. Now Minana Evos is at 5k gold lead. 8-2 for our score, and we could see Spider Mouse just want to go for those setup plays or even the circling eagles because of the enchanted talisman.
Man, that Sandstorm with the flicker combination was a chef's kiss right there. That was perfect placement, timing. Yes, from Minana Evos, and now they're just putting the pressure here. The base of Smart Omega, they're going to have to defend against this one. It is, again, still relatively not too much to handle for Smart Omega. They should be able to clear it up pretty well, as they do, but they lose that first inhibitor turret. And so far, Minana Evos has been playing the macro of this game very well, and it comes down to show it here as they continue to assault the base of Smart Omega.
Indeed true. Now for Smart Omega, the challenge for them.
Wait. Kaizen right after the backline. Who's going to go down first? I do believe it's Lancy AR, and out there Immortality and Riota will be popped, but this time he's going to go down. Jom, the Wind of Nature is now popped, and now double kill coming in from the gold standard, but Kaizen answers right back. Jom is now down. It's going to be a 3 on a 3. And now Kellera, really, triple kill for the Filipino Savage. 2 more. He could actually say why he's the Filipino Savage right now, but Doming AR flexing on Smart Omega. Didn't get a kill there, but that was enough. That was a statement to tell Smart Omega that, hey, don't forget about domination.
Okay, again, domination is really on point for Minana Evos. Even at that moment, the majority of his teammates is actually out of the teamfight. We could see in our Infinix instant replay, it all started with a very nice heavy spin here for Kaizen AR. But for Smart Omega, they are fully aware of the potential or the damage they already have. By the way, Joma already used that Wind of Nature during that moment, and the rest of the players of Minana Evos just went to back away. But wait, here's Doming AR. I have the damage, I am an Irithel, and I have this movement speed. I need to back away if deemed necessary.
Yeah, again, great execution there in kind of what I would call a messy fight, but the fact that, the fact that they were able to get at least even a triple kill on the hands of Kellera is a great start to kind of crawl back into this game. Yes, they're still down about 5,000 gold here, but ladies and gentlemen, this is what we always talk about when it's Smart Omega. There is still that factor, and we're going to get there in about 2 minutes from now, and you can see it. Items being locked in here, Chantel, especially for Jome.
For Jome, he already has the Wind of Nature, which was used earlier, but let's not forget the difference again for the itemization for both Irithel and Brody as to what the protection for both is really important, knowing that they have different types of hero composition. So damage look already for Doming AR is 57,000. That is because of the front liners that they have. They have an Akai, and they even have a Khalid that could actually kill someone instantly. So for Omega, they need that stretch from Riota and bring someone near Jome for them to have the upper hand prior a team fight.
Okay, once again, Lord Dan's going to ensue here. Riota find himself to be that front line. Chaknu making his way up top to deal with that. Still can heart guard in when he needs to. Half health, no one committing just yet to. Positioning is going to be crucial here for both teams. Kellera going to get spotted out.
Raging Sandstorm wants the Kellera flicker in, coming in from Minana Evos, and they really want to go right after the jungler of Omega. The hard guard was there, but it's not going to be enough to sustain. And now Minana Evos really raging on Smart Omega. Body slowly falling down. That's going to be 3. Make it 4. Double kill for the Doming Nation. And now Minana, they can actually end this game right here.
Probably could be ended by Minana Evos since they have the minion wave at the bottom lane.
Now,
massive play. They might just end it here. They're waiting for a little bit longer. It's only at 2 max.
At 2 max left to defend, but it's not going to be enough. Minana Evos takes game number 1.